Every day, millions of people crack their knuckles, and if you're like me, then it's just become a habit. But even though millions of people crack their knuckles, many of us still don't know how it happens and how it affects our body. So the real question is, why can we crack our knuckles? And is it really bad for you? Let's find out on this episode of Demystified. Scientists have come up with a variety of different theories as to why we crack our knuckles. But out of all these theories, one specific theory has been recognized the longest only until a couple of years ago. And this specific theory is called the synovial fluid bubble theory. But wait, before we get too ahead of ourselves, what even is synovial fluid? Let's go back a little. So, synovial fluid is a substance that has the consistency of an egg white. Synovial fluid is found in a certain type of joints in your body called synovial joints. Now, many joints are synovial joints, such as your knees, and you guessed it, your knuckles. But what purpose does synovial fluid serve? Well, synovial fluid acts as a lubricant, which helps reduce friction when you move your joints. In synovial fluid, there are many dissolved gases, mainly nitrogen. Now, the synovial fluid bubble theory suggests that these gases collide and form into larger bubbles, which when you crack your knuckles, pop. The theory also explains that it takes around 20 minutes for these dissolved gases to clump together, which explains why we can't crack the same knuckle again for a while. But even with how accurate the theory sounds, recent studies have proved otherwise, and the synovial fluid bubble theory was proved wrong. In 2015, doctors and scientists conducted a study where they recorded a video of a knuckle cracking. They scanned a finger using MRI and found that the pop that your knuckle makes when it gets cracked is actually not a bubble in your synovial fluid, but actually the sound of a cavity forming. If you couldn't see the cavity forming in that scan, look at where the arrow is pointing to now. What about arthritis? Well, lucky for you, you don't need to perform an experiment and go through the years of pain and hard work that come with it. That's because this guy right here, Dr. Donald Unger, did just that. Dr. Unger remarkably cracked his knuckles only in his left hand for over 60 years. After the experiment, Dr. Unger found that he didn't have more arthritis in one hand than the other, and thanks to Dr. Unger and others who have taken on experiments like this, it's been proved that there's no link between arthritis and cracking your knuckles. If you crack your knuckles, you don't have to worry about stopping, because as of now, cracking your knuckles is perfectly fine. Thank you so much for watching that video. If you want to see more videos like this, consider subscribing. Also, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and select all in the notification bell down below.